How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Unite character guide. In this episode, we're going to be covering Machamp. We're going to be going over his abilities, some of the best held items to use on him, and some of the best battle items to use with Machamp. So, if you enjoy these videos and they help you out, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, say, hey, this helped. Maybe subscribe for more Pokemon Unite / character guide content in the future, and let's get on into the video. The first thing I want to talk about, obviously, is Machamp's abilities. So, at level 1, Machamp can learn Karate Chop. Karate Chop has a 6-second cooldown, and it attacks a Pokemon with a sharp chop. It doesn't really do much other than that, other than provide like a cone area damage. There is no real knockback, there is no real AoE to it, other than, like I said, if they're standing inside of that cone, but it's your basic melee ability. At level 3, or level 1, depending on what you take, Machamp can learn Bulk Up. Bulk Up. After using this move, the user becomes immune to hindrances for a short time. Hindrances like Pikachu's Electro Web, for example. Their movement speed and attack are increased, and their basic attack speed is increased. The user's next basic attack becomes a boosted attack, but it has a 10-second cooldown. This would work very well with like a Fierce Attack Dumbbell or something like that, maybe a Float Stone. Just anything that buffs your basic attack damage, this would work swimmingly with. At level 5, Machamp gets to learn either Close Combat or Cross Chop. Close Combat unleashes a series of punches in the designated direction, dealing increased damage with the last punch. The user can move while using this move and becomes immune to hindrances. So Close Combat does a lot of damage really fast, and the final punch not only does extra damage, but it also does a slight knockback to the enemy. Cross Chop has the user deliver a double chop with forearms crossed while dashing forward. This also increases the user's critical hit rate. This move is fantastic for chasing down a final kill, for initiating combat, especially the increase to critical hit rate. If you have, let's say, a scope lens that increases crit hit damage or crit hit chance, it's just all in all, it comes together perfectly. Level 7, Machamp gets to learn Dynamic Punch or Submission. Dynamic Punch has a cooldown of 9 seconds, and the user jumps to the designated location, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect and leaving them unable to act when it hits. After using this move, the user becomes immune to hindrances for a short time. Their movement speed is increased, and their basic attack speed is increased. The user's next basic attack also becomes a boosted attack. This move is fantastic for initiating combat, leaving a fight. Just all in all, it does great damage, and it also provides a stun to the enemy. The other ability, Submission. Submission releases Machamp's power, making it into a status immune state and increases movement speed. The next normal attack deals additional damage and hits the ground in the targeted direction, causing damage and immobilization. Afterwards, increase attack. Cooldown is 11 seconds. So, Submission has you run at your opponent in like a full-on sprint. Submission I have used multiple times to run to a target or even run across the map. By the time you get to your opponent, and by the time you run across the map, Submission's cooldown is probably already reset. Submission is great for engaging. If you can use it, it puts them behind you. So if your opponent is about to step into their area to heal, you can run, use Submission, launch them up behind you, flip them around, and keep them from entering their area. And last but not least, Machamp's Unite move, Barrage Blow. Machamp's Unite move increases the user's movement speed, attack, defense, and special defense for a short time. If used again, unleashes a combo attack, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect and shoving them back using knockback. This knockback is absolutely insane. It would be great for keeping them off of things like Zapdos when your team is trying to capture it. The increase to movement speed, attack, defense, and special defense is not to be taken lightly. It's great. It does a lot of damage really fast, especially with the held items that we're about to talk about. Alright, one thing before I go on with the items, I want to talk about how I personally play Machamp. I use Machamp as what's called a jungler. When I say jungler, I mean I stay in the area between the lanes, the middle area where Zapdos spawns, and I kill minions until I level up. When I level up, I'm usually come out of the jungle around level 6, level 7, maybe level 8, and usually my opponents aren't that high level yet, so I can become more of an assassin type player. That is my personal playstyle with Machamp. However, yours may vary on how you like to play the game. Finally, getting into the items with Machamp, the held items that I would recommend would be a Rocky Helmet. After absorbing enough damage, it deals % damage to nearby enemies. I would also recommend a Float Stone, as I mentioned earlier, increased movement speed and attack damage. Try maybe a Scope Lens for that extra critical hit chance and critical hit damage, especially if you're running a Machamp cross-chop build. Maybe a Score Shield. Score Shield. Receive a percentage of your maximum health as a shield while charging up to score a goal. While shielded, incoming attacks will not stop you from charging up. That is such a great item to have, just in general. I mean, scoring goals is how you win the game after all. If you're looking for other items to use, maybe try an Energy Amplifier. Energy Amplifier increases EOS gathered and reduces cooldowns. It also boosts your attack following your Unite move. Considering Machamp's Unite move gives him extra attack, movement speed, defense, special defense, this would be a great item to have just to increase Machamp's damage overall. Last but not least, let's look at some of the best battle items for Machamp currently. One of them is, however, the eject button again. This was featured in the Cramorant video. The eject button moves to a specified direction immediately. It's got a 55-second cooldown. The potion is what you think it is. It restores Pokemon's HP, and it's got about a 30-second cooldown. The X-Speed. The X-Speed raises your Pokemon's movement speed for a short time, which it would be great for chasing down a final kill, maybe even just using it to escape combat. Last but not least, the Goal Accelerator. The Goal Accelerator would pair very well with the Score Shield. So with the Goal Accelerator, you double the speed of scoring a goal for a short while. However, it does have a very long cooldown, the longest cooldown actually of the battle items, of a 2-minute cooldown. Mind you, games only last 10 minutes, so you'll have to use this very sparingly. Now, once again, these are just my opinions. This is what I think would be the best setup for Machamp, some of the best held items for him, some of the best battle items for him. You, however, may have a different opinion, and if you do, I would love to know your opinion in the comment section below. Make sure you leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, more character guides in the future, make sure you subscribe, because we have some more coming here in the near future up until Pokemon Unite launch. So, until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.